Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It's your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar, from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Happy Friday. Whew, child, we made it.
It's
It's
Friday.
Friday. My goodness.
Hey.
This has been a long week.
It felt like it has.
Yes.
It's dragged. It's kind of dragged.
It has. I guess because we've just been extremely busy. You know, when you're extremely busy, you know, although time it's like a double-edged sword. Time flies, but there's never enough time. So, but we made it. We made it. Happy Friday. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yes.
I hope everyone is up and getting their day started, drinking some coffee or juice or water. And you've already, said your thanks to the Lord for waking you up and allowing you to see one more day. One more day. That's all we can ask for. One day at a time. One more day. Good morning to everybody out there listening. Good morning, my sister, Powerful Black Woman in the chat on YouTube. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day to be alive.
Yes.
So how are you this morning, Mrs. Morningstar?
I am well. I am happy. I am blessed. I am favored. And we are here. It's Friday, one of my favorite days of the week.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I feel good.
Yes, it's a day to, as always, another day to remember. I want to say a happy birthday to my son.
Happy birthday,
Jordan, my son, my baby, my lastborn. You know, he's my heart right there. I love my daughters. Don't get me wrong, but I only have one. That boy. You know, a mother's son's love is completely different. You know, my daughters are like a mini me, but that son of mine, he's been my little protector since he could walk, and he's given me so much joy. So
how old is he today?
He's turning 31. I don't want to age myself, but I don't care about telling my age.
Please.
Proud to be as old as I am.
It don't crack. It
doesn't. Just keep living is what my mama and dad say. Just keep living.
Keep living.
Keep living. So with that
happy birthday, Jordan.
Thank you, sis. With that being said, I want to start off our mornings like we always do with the morning affirmation, because what better way to start the day than pushing some positivity.
Yes.
And we start our affirmations with our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar.
Yeah, I got a treat for y'all this morning. So we are doing the affirmations with a twist. Okay, so tune in. Listen to your ears. Open your ears and enjoy this treat, because I was enjoying it. I've listened to it a few times. So y'all listen up. Okay, here we go.
I have everything I need. I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. Yeah. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. I love it.
I have everything I need to proceed and succeed. That was courtesy of the lovely India Ari.
One of the faves.
One of the favorites. Baby, them vocals. What? I'm a music person, guys.
Me
I
too.
actually used to sing a long time ago. And I love to hear a good tone.
Yeah.
That was amazing. It felt good.
Don't let Miss Morningstar fool you. Miss Morningstar can sing, y'all. She can.
No.
Yes, you can. Please accept it. You can. I can sing. You can sing, girl. You can sing. So, yeah, I love that. I received that. You know, India Irie she's never missed. You know, she's always come. It's that soul. You know, you feel it in your soul and your spirit.
Let me tell you what was on my CD player, y'all. Look, CD player, y'all.
CD.
You know, that's a little old. But CD player, I had India Arie, I had Jill Scott, and I had Angie Stone, R.I.P. to the greatest Angie Stone, baby. That's all I needed.
Yeah, we're some neo soul heads. That's all
yeah.
We are definitely. But you forgot Vivian Green, baby.
Oh no, girl, I can't forget Vivian. Yes.
Vivian Green, and who else was that? What is her?
Oh, honey.
Tamia, Vivian Green.
I love Tamia.
And of course Anthony Hamilton. Baby, we could go. We could do this all day.
We could do a whole show on this, honey. Because
Erykah Badu.
And let's not forget about Legacy.
Yes, we could go on and on.
Yes, we can.
I love me some good R&B and some soul, baby. That's how you start your weekend off. And thank you for sharing that, sister.
Erykah Badu. I see you, Melbo Badu. Yeah.
Angela Bofield. Look, who was that? Who was Darian's favorite? What is her name? She Phyllis Hyman. Ooh, Phyllis Hyman.
Phyllis Hyman, that voice.
There we go. Wapale, yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Now look, we can do this all day. We can.
Yeah, I know we can do it. Because I'm a music head. I love
music. We all are, it seems. But before we get into the music, because you know, music is what really it has brought us through so much. Even when it's
therapeutic.
Yes, we're on the plantation. They still sang in order to keep their spirits up. So it's something about music, you know. But let's get into the weather. Let's get into the weather. You see the chat on YouTube throwing out all.
I see Whitney. We know the late great Whitney. Come on now. Whitney was the greatest. What?
Okay. Well, she, you know, I think
nobody touched Whitney. I'm sorry, girl.
At all.
Couldn't nobody touch Whitney.
She has so many. You can't even choose. You know.
It's so many powerful voices. We come from some baby.
We come from great. We come from greatness. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Yes, you put a little spice on this Friday.
It's Friday. Thank you. Absolutely. You know, start this morning out feeling good.
Got to shake it up a little bit. All right, I see this. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the weather. Holly Springs and Memphis, we're jealous, okay? I'm going to just put it out there.
Because you
guys have beautiful weather. Ooh. Okay? We're going to get to Houston's weather in a second because Houston is acting up already.
Cutting up today. It's all gray.
Yesterday was cutting up. Today, but we'll get to Houston. Houston, you are last because you acting up. Bars. Anywho, Holly Springs, you got a high of 78 and a low of 61. Winds out of southeast.
Nice.
10 to 15 miles per hour. Absolutely. Memphis, you got 79 degrees. A low of 63. You got an 8% chance of rain, which means it's not really going to rain anywhere. Cloudy, windy, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, Houston, Houston, come to the front of the room. Come on. Houston, we are not doing this. You've already started with your shenanigans. Now it's been hot. Yesterday we had almost 9 inches of rain, and today you started up again. We've got a high of 74, a low of 67 with 73% chance of rain. Showers in the morning, thunderstorms in the afternoon. Look here, Houston.
Stop.
Now we've worked all week long. Now Monday through Thursday, you can do all the
You can cut
thunderstorms,
up.
rain,
Yeah.
all you want. But the weekends, don't
That's
start
all.
that. Don't
Okay.
start it, Houston. Now, Mother Nature, I joke, but I'm serious on that note. But I still respect you. We also have winds southeast 10 to 20 miles per hour, and it may even get a little windier. So look here, Mother Nature, come on now, work with us. We don't want to have to stay in the house all weekend. We have been in buildings all week working. So the weekend, I would like to sit on somebody's patio, maybe put on a sundress and have me something sweet to drink, maybe some sweet tea or, something. But I can't do that if it's raining. So come on, Mother Nature, work with us, work with us. That's all we ask. You can do all the thunderstorms you want Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
That's
Sunday.
all we want. Just a
That's
little
all.
cooperation.
Just a little. The least
A
we can
little
do is
bit.
some good weather, considering we
Yeah.
got a administration that's up there. Oh Lord. So we got some things to talk about today. Today we are going to get into the weeds of things because
It's getting thick, y'all.
it's
It is.
thick.
It's getting thick.
Yeah, we may have to get a weed whacker out soon.
Woo.
Okay?
I'm
Because
telling
it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Let me start. Is it my turn to start or is it on
you.
you?
Yeah, you go ahead and start, girl. I got some
Okay.
stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you get to it, and we'll just, how we do.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. Let's
Yeah.
start with this one. Trump, leave Greenland alone.
Please.
What makes you think that you can just go and just take people's stuff?
Mm, mm, mm.
Greenland already said they do not want to be a part of the United States, and I don't blame them. But they are a part of Denmark, and you act like that kid that comes to the house and you got to check his pockets before he leaves, because you pick up things and you put it in your pocket and you just take things that don't belong to you. He is saying we will go as far as we have to get control of Greenland. Why do you want Greenland so bad? The resources. He's saying that we have to have Greenland for national and international security. Please don't mention security and national or international security while you are a criminal in the White House. That's number one. And then number two, America has existed all this time without Greenland. What is it that you want from Greenland?
What
You
is it?
ain't slick. You ain't slick. Now we know MSNBC, CNN, none of them can report like we report. But I'm
That's
just gonna say
right.
it. Stop messing with people.
Cause
You
we know
know?
you want something. We know you want. You don't do nothing without want something. It's a quick
Yes.
quote. Every time you give me a little bit of this, and I give you a little bit of that. That's how he operates.
Yes. It's always something. And we see you. This is no longer a time where you can go and take your boat and steal people and come back over and steal the land. Those days are over with. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just go up to Greenland and say, we want to buy you. They're not for sale. No means no, Trump. I know it's hard for you to understand because,
We know you
your
struggle with that.
record,
You
you
struggle with
struggle with
that
no
with the
means
no
no.
word.
But no means no, sir. Sir,
It
ma'am, sir,
cost you money. Mm.
please leave people alone. So Greenland and Greenlanders, they are saying they don't want any parts of this. Leave these people alone. I
Period.
thought they said no new wars. You think that Greenland is just going to sit down and take, sure, come on in. That's what we
Bullies.
expect.
Bullies.
Bullies, just like they're doing Ukraine. Leave
Mm-hmm.
people alone. These, I promise you, these are the type of people who as children, they never got invited to anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. People didn't want them around. You know, the only way that they got invited is if they bullied people. You know, the reason why he's so mad at folks is because he was not part of the, I guess, the cool kids. How can you be part of the cool kids when you're a very ugly person? You know, I don't know. I can't call it, you know,
Don't
because
nobody want to be bothered with, you know, this mean
mean
girl. You know,
spirited.
like mean
Yes, mean
girl.
girls. A
You
bunch
gonna
of that's
mean
what we're,
girls.
from now on, this administration of mean girls, that is what we are
Mm-hmm.
calling it. The
Mm-hmm.
administration of mean girls. There are a bunch of bullies who think that they can just take whatever they want.
And
No,
do whatever they want.
yes, and do whatever they want, including using a non-sanctioned, non-government facility communication system to talk about war plans.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they say something about some emails and Hillary? And now they've got a whole chat with the VP. I mean, when I tell you this is DUI in full effect, not DEI, DUI, because
Did
Hegseth,
y'all catch it? DUI. You know, because
DUI,
Hegseth got that problem. He got that problem.
because what sense does it make? And I hear that JD Vance, I gotta say what I gotta call his name correctly on the radio, y'all, but y'all know what I call him.
Hey, girl.
JD Vance is going to Greenland. I hope they tell him as soon as he try and get off the plane, sir, excuse me.
Well, I heard that Melbo in our comments. Our lovely sister Melbo said they didn't want them there, him or his wife.
I'm quite sure they don't.
And they told him, "We don't want you here."
Good.
So I heard their plane was diverted. They went like to the U.S. to something where they maybe like an embassy or something. I don't know.
He was told not to come. Thank you, Melbo, because that's exactly what
you coming for?
I can't ever go into government, baby. They will walk me right on up out of everywhere.
Me too.
Get your stuff. We you know.
This your last day.
This your last day.
I'm going
off. I'm going off. Y'all are a bunch of bullies. And it's sad that this country is being ran by a bunch of mean girls who weren't invited to any parties because their clothes fit weird and they weren't cute. That's all I can come up with, because that's how they're acting. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. Then, of course, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, claims that Trump is trying to get Social Security payments out to folks faster by switching to electronic payments versus checks by the end of September. What if you don't have a bank account? What if you are elder and you don't know how to do electronic banking? We have people who are older. You know, my mother, she didn't do anything electronic. No, my dad did, but my mother, she just didn't do it. She was just like, y'all got it. You know, I don't need to do that.
Because back in the day, they didn't really deal with the bank. You know what I'm saying? It was rare that they didn't trust the bank. So a lot of the money that they kept, they would put under the mattress, in a jar, or in a lock, a safe that they had at home, or they ain't trust the bank.
So there's still a lot of people who get paper checks, but they want to stop that in September. And not only that, here is my biggest fear. Now, we've been talking about Social Security for about a week now. They've been talking about it for longer than that, but he's doing EOs while they're on Signal giving out war plans. He's pushing through an executive order to change things. So, my fear is April 1st is right around the corner next week. I just pray that everybody gets their checks, their Social Security. I need people to understand that this is your money. These aren't benefits that the government is quote unquote giving you. This is money that you actually earned.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out a way to take it from you. You know, I know I don't have all the answers, and I try not to get frustrated, but there's only so much a person can take before you just go off,
Yeah.
And it's sad that we're in this position. And I pray that people understand that the next time there's an election, elect a person that's not a criminal.
Please. I mean,
Elect
what?
a person that doesn't have felonies. Maybe, just maybe. I don't get it, sis. I don't get it.
It's despicable.
It is. It is. I got a couple more, but you go ahead and hop in. Let me.
Well, you
bring my
know what?
blood
It looks like we're getting
out.
close to a break.
Oh yeah, it is.
So
It
let's
is
take a
time.
break, and I'll come back and talk about a couple more
Let's take
things.
a quick break, right quick. You are listening to 92.7 The Change. I'm your host, DJ Kitty, here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugs.com. Can't wait to see you.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Good morning. Happy Friday. Let's get back into some current events. What do you have for us this morning?
Yeah. So, came across this today. And I'm pretty sure this happened maybe a day or two ago. So we have some soldiers that are missing in Lithuania. 4 soldiers that were reported missing in Lithuania. So during an interview, one of the reporters had asked Trump, hey, what's the status of what's going on with the 4 soldiers that are missing in Lithuania? And his response was, I don't know anything about it.
Of course he doesn't. That's just
I don't know
ridiculous.
anything about it, Mr. Commander in Chief. Those are your responsibilities. Those are your soldiers. They found that their tank was submerged.
So they have no idea where they're at.
So they haven't recovered them, but it is assumed that they have been unalived, maybe in an accident. However, you are asked as the commander-in-chief by a reporter, and you say, I haven't heard anything about it.
How does the reporter know, but the
But the commander-in-chief.
Commander-in-chief, more like the commander-in-cheese. Okay, because how do you not know? Don't they get briefings?
The biggest question is, even if you weren't clear on the details of what was happening, your response should have been in a way, we're still being briefed on this, and we're, something. I mean, how do I know how to answer the question?
Why do you tell the world that you don't know?
You don't know. You don't know nothing. You ain't heard about it. You ain't heard nothing about it.
Lord Jesus.
This is where we at, people. I wish I could say April Fools, or I'm just kidding, or it was my bad. We just, ha ha he. But no, this is where we at.
This is sad.
It is.
It is. And I'm praying for those soldiers and the family. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. My daughter is a vet, and baby, there is I can't even get into it.
Yeah.
I pray for the family out there
we'll keep their families in our prayers and thoughts. And this is tragic. Someone's loved one is when they're when they're missing. That's the worst. I can only imagine. So
it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's a horrible.
So I came across another article. And this is pertaining to something that we kind of talked about before with our sister Bunny, when she talks about health and wellness. It's Black women hair products are in the safety spotlight. And just, saying that they found some unforeseen chemicals and like synthetic hair. It says that the article was saying that they did it based out in Atlanta. That a lot of the salons are now on kind of alert when it comes to products and chemicals and using the synthetic hair for braiding. There was an independent study for consumers that the chemicals found in braiding products, and some say the findings are concerning and hesitate and recommend, people using it or trying a different method, because it's really
using synthetic hair.
Right. It's really not sure, what the causes is. I don't want to put a false narrative out there to people, but we got to just be careful, period, when it comes to our hair, the products. We learned years and years ago about relaxers, that it was causing people to have the C word cancer, ovarian. So we just, ladies, I'm natural. I know everybody don't want to be natural, and I understand because I struggle. But we got to take care of our health. Health is wealth. And our ancestors did it. They went natural. They were natural. Shoot, they made it work.
I think it's beautiful.
And I think we can too. We got to take care of ourselves. We want to be here for the long run,
Absolutely.
And I get it. I love me some, I love putting me some hair in. Now, don't tell me I can't put no hair in when I feel like it. But I understand that, we got to take care of our health. So.
Yeah, and let me piggyback off of that, because I do make hair care products. I make natural hair care products.
Mm-hmm.
There is a way that you can actually make products and provide products to consumers that doesn't involve chemicals. You can use oils. You can use herbs. There's a seed. It's called fenugreek. Fenugreek seed is one of the seeds that I use, and it is a natural product, and I brew it into my oils, and that strengthens your hair. So there's so many other products that you can use to strengthen your hair, even when you are using a protective style. So I hate that we are at the hands of others, knowing that, let's just call a thing. It's not like they are doing their very best to make sure that the products that they provide to African American women won't harm them. Allegedly,
of course, right.
Allegedly. But we have to be proactive as Black women and know that, that whether or not they will provide us what we need, let's make sure that we're, being proactive. It is scary with the synthetic hair because I wear braids all the time. I know, that's the look. That's the easiest thing. We love our braids. And to think that there are chemicals into the hair that will cause cancer, it's alarming, And I don't know if there's a way that you can, it's not like you can clean it, I don't know if this is what they're putting on the hair to make it last or whatever, but it needs some oversight, but we're not going to get that in this.
And let's be honest, y'all, a lot of these products come from overseas, so
they don't care.
We don't know what's going on in those factories and things like that. So who knows our hair the best but us, So let's just enrich, like Kitty says, she sells natural hair products. They are wonderful. When I tell you they are wonderful, they are wonderful. So, hey, in light of being Small Business Friday and we talking about let's embrace our brothers and sisters who are out here doing those kind of things with natural products for our hair, for the care of our hair. And I'm pretty sure we may have a brother or sister out there who know how to weave that synthetic hair. I mean, we some extraordinary people. So
yes,
anything they can do, we can do better. So
we just have to figure it out. We're gonna have to
figure the process out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put some thought behind that.
We like wearing our hair. I get it. I do too.
But we have to be safe.
We gotta be safe.
I'd rather go natural all the time, but some days you just want to get up and go. Let's just be honest, especially
and it's hot. It's hot here,
baby. And when you're natural, I live in Houston. Humidity. I'll walk around here with a big afro in a heartbeat. Right? That's why I got a hat on now.
The humidity ain't loyal.
It's not. The humidity is not playing fair at all. So, speaking of health, yesterday, RFK decides that he wants to lay off 10,000 employees from the Department of Health. How is that helping? I'm just curious. Can anybody out there in Radio Land, on YouTube, tell me, put in the chat, how is this going to help?
It's not.
It's not.
Let's just keep it a buck. It's not. And here's the thing. I was being that you brought that up, I overheard a few things talking on that topic today. There are some adverse reactions to some of the things he suggested. Some of these people who are unvaccinated or allowing their children not to be vaccinated, these kids are now having liver failure, liver problems.
Children.
Yeah, because too much vitamin, like you're taking advice from someone who's not a systematic expert in this field. They didn't go to medical school. They didn't have the sciences. I've heard doctors even say, we rely on the science and we go to the best scientists and we read a lot of case studies, and we do a lot of research before we recommend anything, because that is their profession. That's why they have license. That's what they're trained to do. And it never stops. Research changes all the time. So they have to stay up on the up. And now we got sick people. A lot of sick people.
I'm not understanding, and I need folks to really think about it. All of us over the age of, I'd say 12, have been maybe 15, have been vaccinated. Your kids could not go to school without their shots.
MMR was I remember that was a mandatory vaccination before you can enter school.
So all of a sudden now, because of COVID, now it's a problem with vaccinations. And, there's always a cause and effect to everything. when you set up and we dealt with COVID, and so many people went back and forth about COVID, and then all of a sudden no vaccines came on, and one person said it and it caught on, and now you have the effect is that children are dealing with liver problems, and they're dealing with measles. One little girl lost her life, and her parents said, well, if that's what God wanted. Baby, CPS, please call them in.
And they got other children.
Yeah, they have 4 other children. It's a mess. It's a mess. I want to end this current events with some good news, something good. So we just finished Houston's livestock show and rodeo last week. And there is this company called RCS Carnival Midway. They made sure that the Houston Food Bank received all of the remaining supplies and food after the rodeo. Over 7,118 pounds of food. That is amazing.
That's wonderful.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You give back. You go, instead of them tossing the food, they took the food to the food bank, Houston Food Bank. I love that. I think all major sporting events and anything that you're having, instead of throwing that food out, once you're done, take it to a shelter.
Yeah.
Why not? Why throw it out?
I think that is the most cruelest thing you could do. I've seen actual restaurants and
throw their food out
instead of offering it to a homeless person on the street. And now, our governor made it where if you give food to the homeless, it's a fine.
It's a fine.
But they want to complain about, and I'm going into another topic, but I'm going to rewind out. But they want to talk about Jasmine Crockett because she had made a statement a while ago. And we call them Hot Wheels.
We call them Hot
Wheels here in Texas. That's what we call him. Listen, this is a cruel person. Yes, he is handicapped, but he's a cruel person. Did you see what he did to all those migrants? Did you see what he suggested that go in the water when they're trying to cross the Grand Rio
barbed wire
with their babies? He wanted barbed wire and razor in the water to unalive them.
Unalive people. So him being called Hot Wheels that is nothing new. Everybody in Texas, I don't know a single soul in Texas that likes
I don't either.
And I don't know how he keeps getting elected. Maybe the same way Trump got elected. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead and bring Reggie up.
Come on, Reggie.
Come on, Reggie. Let's come on out. Come on up and let's talk to our brother. Maybe Reggie. He can calm us down because, talking about Hot Wheels and people getting all upset. What I'm mad for?
Yeah, and you see what my husband said? He has saw blades as well. He's evil. He is not a nice. Let's not get it twisted of who we're dealing with. We're dealing with some demonic forces like that, where you can think of to do those kind of evil things to people.
What came through his mind to say, you know what? Let's put barbed wire blades and razor blades, put them on balls and put them in the river so that when people try and cross, they can unalive themselves.
Yes.
And they can harm themselves. What kind of depraved person thinks like that? And you're mad because Jasmine Crockett called him Hot Wheels? She's better than me, baby. They would put me, ma'am, we're gonna need to get you about the way they would Secret Service would snatch
the way I would get tackled and pulled out. Because I would have so many more words than Hot Wheels.
Allegedly.
For somebody.
Allegedly. But
I digress. Anyway, hey, Reggie.
Hey, Reggie. Yeah. Calm us down.
Happy Friday, WKRA listening audience. DJ Kitty. Miss Morningstar. Happy Friday. How are you? We did make it. We made it. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone.
Absolutely. So how are you? What's going on with you?
I am wonderful. I'm just enjoying the conversations. You guys are on fire today. You guys are on fire. But I mean, what can I say? And this really rings true at this moment, is that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, or we wrestle not against humans. There are forces, spiritual forces at work, in the world, in the universe, in our political structures, everywhere people live and breathe and, have activity. And so this is definitely a moment where we need to be vigilant in our prayers and just in how we move. Safety is number one. Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Reggie. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just saying you're right, agreeing with you.
No, I was just, kind of responding to what you guys were saying about your governor, Governor Abbott. And he has done some things that you can only classify as wicked,
Yeah.
What
just
about
purely wicked.
sending those families to unsanctuary or sanctuary cities in the dead of winter with no type of winter clothing protection, no coats, no jackets, no money, no nothing, and lying to them, telling them you're sending them where they can get jobs
Be
and
taken care of. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, again,
Just evil.
it's diabolical. It's pure evil.
Very
And, obviously he's operating out of his own internal pain. And, we've said this before, is that when that is how you experience your relationship with you, that is all that you can bring to the spaces around you. And so, hurt people, what do we say? What do they do?
Yeah, they hurt people, but Reggie, this is on a whole nother level.
It is absolutely.
I can see that when you can be upset, but y'all are, number one, they're too old for this, but it is truly savage behavior.
It is absolutely. It's depraved.
Yes, it's depravity. What's the worst that I can do to a people? And let me go ahead and execute.
Yeah, no problem. And they sleep like babies at night. No, don't give no cares of who they're hurting.
Of course, because it's like, causing pain to others and implementing pain to others is like a sedative. It's like a Valium. It's like, they feel better because for a moment or two or five, they get to kind of divert the attention from their own pain, and to look outwardly at the pain that they caused. And it's like, watching a comedy show. It's like, it's entertaining for them. And that is very sick. There's no other way that you can categorize it, which is why, to your point, DJ Kitty, we have to be careful, who we give power to. Because the more power an individual has, the more they can, bring whatever it is that is going on with them internally to all of us. And so, electing him governor gives him reach throughout the entire state of Texas and beyond. And this man is clearly not well internally. So, all that we can do is pray for those.
I don't know, Reggie. I don't have it in me. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm a spiritual person, but I don't have it in me to pray for people who are wicked.
I mean his victims. Victims. Not
okay.
Yeah, he's...
I feel like
he's
the human God.
Yeah, because he definitely
yes, exactly.
Victims. He definitely has victims, and he, even know how we feel about the situation, and then about him and the rest of those people that are doing these evil. They have a bigger judge to answer to.
They do.
They really do.
They claim to be Christians, and they do. You claim to be Christians. Eventually, you are going to have to go and meet your maker. Mm-hmm. And when you do, how are you going to explain to God how evil and depraved you've been while you've walked this earth?
Well, claiming Christianity is only a disguise for them. Absolutely. So that they can get into doors and get into rooms and get into offices and win elections, so that they can do their bidding. That's really all that is. It's just a disguise. It's not genuine. It's not real.
I know the people that voted for him, those quote unquote Christians, the ones that, oh, he's got Christian values, and now they're crying because, now it's affecting them. I know they're out there feeling a certain kind of way. And I know Mrs. Morningstar posted something this morning on her post. There was a young lady she was a blagger, a black lady who's MAGA, blagger.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of like freaking out because she feels like Trump lied to her, and Miss Morningstar did have some choice words. My comment got removed. I don't know who removed my comment, but TikTok,
they be on stuff. Listen here,
I was nice.
TikTok pickpocketed your comment.
They flagged me so quick. I don't think it was up a minute. They flagged me immediately.
Oh Lord!
Nice. Did you even see my comment?
I didn't even see it, sis.
I didn't even say anything bad. I just
you
said,
go repost that comment. I want to see
it. I said something like, she needs to be mad at herself for choosing someone so, because she was saying that, if you're still believing in him and he's lied to us, then you're stupid. Girl, you need to be mad at yourself. It's something like that I had said.
See, because the problem with that person is she is going through the FIFO moment. And she is realizing, like, her argument was, I'm a Christian and I really believe, I'm a believer, and what he did was wrong. And if you're not calling him out, then you're wrong. You're not a real Republican. And her arguments, and she has quite a bit of those rants lately.
She's a little upset.
Lately.
She's a little upset.
And my message to her was, sis, you did this. That's what you did.
That's what you wanted.
Y'all knew what he was before you elected this person. You knew what you were going into.
Yeah.
Ranting and raving and carrying on the internet. That ain't gonna help your situation, because what's done is done now.
Yeah.
And it's sad because, that the vast majority of people, a driving force behind their intention and behind their decision and behind their vote was to hurt other people.
Yes.
Right.
And you can put whatever excuse on top of it, around it, in front of it, behind it that you'd like to, but you know what you were trying to accomplish. But when it ended up hurting you, now it's hurting someone else. Oh, okay, that's not a problem. But now that it's touching you, now it's, now I have an issue with that.
I have
feelings.
I have feelings. I have feelings that I'm upset about now. Oh, well.
That's the thing that people don't understand. It is a universal law. What you plant will grow. What you sow, it will produce something. So when you sow hatred, you are literally setting in motion your own set of consequences. Don't you understand that? Yes. That is how the universe works. It's very simple. You put a seed in the ground, and I promise you, eventually, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be the next day, but you will see something sprout through at some point in time.
Yeah. I don't think that they were taught this. I don't think that they've ever noticed that, evil begets evil, good begets good. You can't, like I've told my kids from the jump, you can't expect to be a bad person and good things happen to you.
Right.
It's impossible. You're putting bad energy into the world. Nothing good comes. You can't be bad and something good's going to happen to you. Even with Trump being in the White House right now, that man is not happy. That man he is so unhappy right to this moment. That's why he's so evil to everyone.
Yeah.
He knew that he had to get back in the White House or he was going to go to prison.
That was the
So now that he's back in the White House, he's mad because he's got to be in the White House instead of being able to golf and
and got to deal with all
and,
this craziness. You
yes,
got your administration of criminal Decepticons. Sorry, but
DUI Decepticons.
you know, you got them doing things, classified documents, sharing it, you know, accidentally, but I don't see how you did that accidentally. Putting our secrets out here. You have military men and women lost, and you acting like you don't know nothing about it. You
Because
got
he
people,
doesn't.
you got judges rebuttaling you every chance that everything you put out there, the judges have rebutted.
Boasberg.
How do you say his name?
Boasberg.
Boasberg just recently filed a motion that because you know now he's going to be the lead over the whole chat with
Signalgate.
The Signalgate, that's what they're calling it, Signalgate. So he's going to be the judge over that, proceeding over that. He said he had to put something out there, an order to protect it. He said, do not delete, erase anything. Preserve it. I need you to preserve the chat.
Even if they do, if they try to, Signal is a California-based company. The judge can sign an order to get those communications.
To get the file. Yeah. So I mean, but he put the preservation out there, like this is what I'm ordering you to do. Now we all know that they don't follow no orders, but this is what we are. This is
right. They're running stop signs for sure, big time.
Oh yeah,
they're running stop signs, red lights, yield. They're running they're
running stop signs and running people over.
Changing lanes without signaling. They're doing everything. Driving on the shoulder of the road.
Yeah, they're doing it all.
They're doing everything.
Someone asked me earlier. They said, "Well," and I was on a live, a TikTok live, and someone said earlier, like, why are they doing, like, what makes these people think they can do this? But think about it. The commander in chief, the person with the highest leadership in the United States, had made a statement when he got arrested: never surrender. But he surrendered. But he put the stigmata out there.
Exactly.
And people suck it in, and they're like, yeah, he's strong, he's tough. Never surrender.
And now Mike Johnson is threatening to, because he's saying that he is threatening to use the powers of Congress to terminate, federal courts and consequently federal judges. So it's, again, the more fire and gas you put on the fire, it's just going to get larger and larger. There is no solution in that. Mm-hmm. There is no solution in that. There's only more problems. There's only more problems. And, unfortunately, this is where we are.
At the end of the day, what's going to happen is, you can only add so much gasoline to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You can only, we're American citizens. And last time I checked, even in these little sundown towns, and in these backwoods, those people don't take too kindly to you messing with their stuff. Now, we, the 92%, the 82%, we're going to sit back and watch.
Exactly.
That's all we can do, because we're not bodies. We're not going to be collateral damage. I ain't sure, folks. I can't tell people what to do, but you better think about going out and marching if you're brown. I'm just putting it out there, because this is not our fight to have.
Exactly.
Be careful.
It had to come to this. It had to come to this.
But DJ Kitty, it's like Freedom was saying during the the Tuesday broadcast, that the leper will eat its own face.
Yes.
So, to your point, you can only put so much gasoline on a fire until you are consumed by the fire itself. Yeah. And that's really where things are moving, and like you said, I mean, people are outraged,
angry.
Outraged, angry, ready to, pivot into to violence, and things are just escalating. And this, I'd just like to put it out there, that there's going to be a national march on April 5th. But again, to your point, DJ Kitty, anyone who looks like us needs to stay home, because this is not our fight.
Yes.
This is not our fight.
So,
and
the way I see it, Reggie, and I want you to expand on this, but I'm just going to here. Okay,
sure.
So I sometimes my mind goes and I think about it like this, because what you put out, it always comes back.
Exactly.
So when they initially came to this country and they stole people and they stole land and they stole ID and they stolen everything, and they convinced the poor white people that they were better than the best of the Black person, and they created this construct of color, Black versus white. They created it because America created this craziness. Okay, I believe it came from America. I could be wrong, I could be right, I don't know. But anyway, hear me out. So when you've told these people for centuries that they had the power, white power. And now you're in the office, and everything that you've told these people for years, they've believed, and they've hated every nationality because they were fed to believe that everybody was below them. But now you have an administration coming in and showing these people that they are on the same playing field with all of the people of color, because it was never about color. It was always about class.
Class, correct.
That part.
And now these people are waking up and realizing that I've been hating a group of people who are just like me.
Yeah.
Exactly. To a great degree. And that, they've been betrayed.
Yep.
They've been utterly betrayed. And
Like
which is why,
down. Go ahead.
which is why to, like I said, for the Tuesday broadcast, when Freedom was speaking and she was saying, it will come to a point, and we're fastly approaching that point, to where they will begin to turn on themselves, because that's the only other option. That's the only option.
It has to happen.
Yes.
It's happening.
It's divine. It's the only
happening.
thing. And it's happening. You see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta stand out of the way.
Yeah.
We have to.
I need us to focus. So while they're doing that, because they're going to have to deal with that. That is not our business. Now, I will watch from an untinted window with my popcorn and my glass.
No tint on the window. Okay, I'll make a note of that. No tint on the window.
I'm gonna roll the window down just a little bit so you can see my eyes.
So I can hear properly. I may crack the window so I can hear. I will watch. I may even get me a pair of binoculars so I can see everything. While we are doing that, watching the show, we also can multitask and make sure that we are building each other up. That is the point. Not only will we watch from an untinted window with a pair of binoculars and the window cracked a tad bit with my popcorn and my glass of wine, I will also be online connecting with my community and building together. That is the goal. We don't have to all live in the same vicinity. We can connect online, use our tools, use our gift. That's what Our Plugs is for.
Yes.
Right.
Me and my untinted window.
That's hilarious.
That's why we have the directory. That's why we have the way of connecting. This is a new way a new way, not so new, but a new way of us staying connected, of us being able to have somewhere to go and have these conversations.
Absolutely.
In a safe space, without the insults, the attacks, the threats, that we face on a regular everyday basis when you're on those other, live social media networks. It's unfiltered. There's some terrible people out here, y'all. Trust me.
And they say some horrible
and they
things.
say the worst things to try. You got to have thick skin. Thank goodness we're built differently. Some of us have the thicker skin, and we already know who we are and where we belong. And I think we belong right here where we are. And this is what right here for us, it's our plugs. This is where we belong. This is where we want to bring you guys in, listener audience. We want you to go to www.ourplugs.com and join our team, our family. Why not? Yes. You want to feel safe. You want to feel connected. You want to join a community of people doing things to help people, not bring people down. We have so many different opportunities within. Like with Reggie, he's Reggie with the Equal Universe. I love it. Yes. Reggie is so uplifting. He brings us joy every time he comes on the mic because he has some things that we need to hear. We need to know. And we need to be able to understand. Reggie, let me ask you a question, Reggie. How would you help with your business, your business, the Equal Universe? How would you assist in helping a person who is suffering from, confusion when it comes to what we're living through right now, not knowing, what to do? How would you encourage them? What kind of guidance would you provide?
Well, first of all, I think that people need to understand a couple of things. The first thing is that everything has a beginning, and then everything matures and has an ending, or so everything is a process. Okay, right now here in California it's 5:31. In a few seconds, if I wait long enough, it'll be 5:32. Okay. This broadcast is airing on Friday, and then tomorrow will be Saturday. So everything has an expiration date. Every process has a conclusion. Okay. So this too, as the saying goes, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. The only guarantee in the system of the universe is change, which is why I'm alluding to these examples. The only guarantee is change. Nothing remains the same. Even, every moment, the planetary alignment is changing, is changing, is changing. The day that you were born, the planets were in a certain alignment that they will never, ever be in again. So this will change. This will come to its conclusion, and we just have to navigate through it until that moment happens. The other thing that I would point to is that the commandment that was given most in Scripture, because I feel like these are times where we really have to tether ourselves to, our knowledge and our relationship to God. And the commandment that was given most in Scripture was fear not. It's not that we don't feel and experience fear, but don't allow it to basically arrest you and to imprison you, to prevent you from navigating through your life in the ways that feel best to you. Again, fear not, knowing again that this too will come to a conclusion. And with the way that these politicians and with the way that this administration is behaving, they're going to expedite their own demise. Like DJ Kitty said, they're going to end up being consumed by the fire that they started.
Absolutely. That is such a beautiful answer and an awesome question, because I know there are so many people who are saying, what can I do? And feeling a sense of hopelessness.
Of course.
And Reggie, thank you so much for sharing that, because, we need to hear these things, even myself, I'm pretty grounded, but there are days where I'm just like,
of course,
my
we're
goodness.
human. We're
Yeah,
human.
how
And,
much more?
and that's the thing about it, is that the other part of it is this, is that humanity, the universe, is a body. And within this social construct, we have been made to believe that we exist to a great degree in isolation. My four and no more, my party, my community, my race. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. There's nothing wrong with celebrating any of that. But when you look at humanity as a whole, when you look out into nature, do you see any one thing that's isolated? Or do you see a system of connection?
Right.
Absolutely. That's how it is.
I love that. Yeah.
And
Everything
so,
work. Yeah.
exactly, everything is connected. And so my point is that it is imperative then that we live through that same means of connection, connecting with one another, not being afraid to connect to one another, reminding, if you're afraid one day, I'm just here to remind you of what you already know, but just to reassure you, that, hey, this too will pass. And remember that scripture that says, fear not, because this too will pass. And whatever it is that you need in the moment, when you're weak, I'm strong, I lift you up. When I'm weak and you're strong, you lift me up. The heart and the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
The human body is literally the answer, because the human body is a society. What is the human body? Everyone that exists in the human body is different from one another, and that is on purpose. The heart exists, it's different from the lungs, but they understand that they exist to support one another.
Yeah.
So their differences are assets. They are not liabilities. And because I understand that you are a gift to me, now I am attracted enough to you to coexist with you in collaboration, not in disconnection. And what does the human body produce? It produces life and the ability to sustain it. So if we, as a society, will begin to understand that we exist for each other, to benefit one another, and not, that's the grand design. And we begin to understand that, and begin to move in attraction towards one another, to say, hey, Miss Morningstar, what is it that you have for me? What can I learn from you? What benefit do you exist to provide to me? And vice versa.
Right.
We become curious about each other. And then we begin to move in collaboration. And then we begin to basically produce the same thing that the body is designed to produce, which is life and the ability to sustain it.
Man, Reggie, every single time, man. Every time. You just... that's what we all need to hear. God puts the puzzles together. He puts us together, and he's giving us everything that we need. All we have to do is listen.
Absolutely.
WKRA 92.7. You guys are getting a treat listening to our brother, Reggie Wilson. He is amazing. Yes. Nothing short of amazing. Thank you, Reggie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys too. Absolutely.
We're not done.
We're not done.
Absolutely. We're not done figuratively and literally. We've still got time.
Just getting started.
Yes, we're just getting started. I hear a lot of young people now who are terrified as well. And I've invited them to come and listen in, because they are actually listening in, Mama, and they hit me up, Mama, what's channel? And then I send them the link so that they can listen in. And I'm going to send this one out, because they need to hear this,
I think everybody need to hear this.
Yes.
I mean, the words, we need that, because like what Reggie said, once we do that connecting, that is it. Then it's going to just, unstoppable. Yeah. Unstoppable. That is when our true greatness shines.
Yes. And the glue, and I know we have to go to commercial, but the glue is benefit. If I understand that you exist to benefit me, I'm going to be more attracted to you. than afraid of you. And I'm going to be curious to investigate what that benefit is. And that's going to force us to connect and to collaborate. And that's how we need to move.
And that's what people need to understand. We don't have to exist living in fear that someone's going to do something to you. It's, and I get it, nowadays, I'm looking at people sideways. I mean, I sit in my car before I walk into any type of store.
Exactly.
Sit in my car and make sure that, nothing's popping off before I go in there.
You better,
but we don't want to live in fear, but we have to be cautious of
we have to be vigilant. Absolutely.
We have to observe.
Absolutely.
And that's why I say it's imperative that, we heal and become well in our relationship with ourselves, because the first safe space that needs to exist is the one inside of you. And so then once you are operating out of safety, then you bring safety into the spaces around you. And so that's why I've, created this value identity model, is to help people to move into that space, because the more people we can make safe with themselves, then the more people we can make safe as a consequence. Because now that you're safe with you, everyone that engages with you and everyone that you engage with is now safe with you. So you become this ecosystem of safety. And that's how we navigate to a solution.
I like that. I mean, it's true. It really is. I need people to understand that concept so that we can be okay. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, every one of us, we all want to feel a sense of security and belonging.
Yes,
absolutely.
To feel like we are on an island by ourselves. It's hard enough navigating, life, but to navigate it by yourself and not feel a sense of community. That's the hardest.
That's a lonely.
We're not built that way.
No,
we're not built that way. We're not built to be isolated. We're not built to be disconnected. Look at the body. Everybody's connected here.
Yeah.
Everybody's connected. Everybody different. Everybody connected. That's the answer. It's living and breathing in you right now.
It's a must. It's a must.
It is a must.
It's a must that, we encourage people to, number one, continue to grow. Keep going. Wake up every morning. Give yourself those positive affirmations, like my good sister, the affirmation queen. Give yourself those positive words. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into your children. Speak life into your loved ones, because, you never know what someone is going through internally.
Absolutely.
No matter how, they may drive or live or where, but at the end of the day, what internally they may be suffering and hurting in silence. And now more than ever is the time for us all to connect and say, hey, sis, you okay?
Right.
You got a minute? Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee.
And you know what?
Or pick up the phone. What's going on?
DJ Kitty, 3 words that we can share with each other that can literally change the trajectory of someone's day and even change their life is you are valuable.
Yeah.
Telling someone that, someone hearing that is extremely impactful, and it's extremely simple to say. And not only say it to others, but say it to yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you're thinking negative, that's what your day is going to be about. Someone coming in, oh, I'm having a bad day. Well, stop. You don't have to continue to have a bad day. Stop.
Exactly.
Somebody's upsetting you, can't get along, get apart, give yourself breaks, allow yourself breaks.
Exactly.
My goodness, we are living in uncharted territory, because it's never, ever been like this. And it's affecting so many people. And if you did have lost your income, your job, don't give up. Don't give up. Tomorrow is always a new day.
Absolutely.
And you have no idea. You can't predict tomorrow.
Exactly.
So you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You can just keep going and tether yourself to those who can uplift you in the community. My thought process At the grand scheme of things, in a perfect world, I would like to see us so connected that grocery stores, when your groceries are about to expire, instead of them throwing it out, they take it to shelters and they take it
Mm-hmm.
to school
And they feed people.
and they feed people.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see, in the grand scheme of things, since they want to do away with the Department of Education, that's fine. We as a community pay our teachers, our staff, instead of paying, we pay daycare,
Mm-hmm.
you know, pay the teachers, you pay what you can.
Mm-hmm.
And the community, the grocery stores are feeding the schools, and the families, we come together and build a community garden. My grandmother had a community garden. She had a house, my grandparents, we got a few minutes. They had a house on one lot and they had another house that was knocked down. And on that lot, we grew vegetables and
Mm-hmm.
everybody came and got vegetables. We
Mm-hmm.
need to bring that back to community.
I agree.
There's so many things that we can do once we
I
can.
agree.
And I'm so happy to be in the position that I'm in, that I've met so many wonderful people. And it's crazy because if it weren't for TikTok, I wouldn't even know any of you guys.
Yeah.
TikTok.
A
an app.
system, like a system brought us together.
Yes.
Just
Exactly.
like Reggie said, everything
Divine
works for a
orchestration.
reason. It's
Divine
divine, right?
orchestration.
And it
Yep.
works for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it did, because it was meant to happen in a way.
Absolutely.
It was meant to happen this way.
Absolutely. So we've got a few more minutes, Reggie. Go ahead and give us your last bit of wisdom, and then we're going to call it a morning. And I hope everybody has taken something from this message.
Ooh, y'all, this was a good one
Beautiful this
today.
morning.
Yes.
Listen, they that are with us are more than they that are against us. There are hundreds of millions of people in this country alone,
Mm-hmm.
not even counting those that exist outside of this country. We are greater than the powers of our government. We are greater than those who are in office. We are greater than our presidents and our kings. If we will unite, the power is with the people.
Truly.
Power to the people.
Yeah. Power to the
I
people.
love that. I love that so
Power
much.
to the people.
Sis, any last words?
Woo, yeah, just real quick. So, the question of we wanted to bring forth today was, why join a directory? Why get and stay connected? Why get and stay connected? And this is simply why. You saw what happened tonight. Just learning what the process is, and connecting with great people, and how it can change a whole directory, it can change your entire mood. It can put you in a place of comfort, is why we are here. So please, guys, I implore you to go to www.ourplugs.com. If you don't have a business or anything to list for directory, just join as a general member, and go ahead and get our newsletters, and stay connected, and come on to the YouTube lives. We want to meet you. Come and talk to us. We are here. We are here for you. And I wanted to say, before I did my affirmation, I actually had some other affirmations. And when you talked about the value, Reggie, it's funny because in my other affirmation, it said, if I help one person, I'm doing something valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so true.
Absolutely.
If I just help one person, I am doing something valuable. So remember that, guys, this weekend. If you go and help one person, you have done something valuable in what you've done. So have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you, chat. I love you guys. Thank you, WKRA. I'll see you guys Monday.
I want to say thank you, Reggie. Thank you, Miss
Absolutely.
Morningstar. Thank you, WKRA 92.7 The Change. Thank you, our YouTube family, our YouTube chat. And thank you, our listeners in Holly Springs and Mississippi and wherever you're at. We really appreciate you taking out the time to listen to us. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here Monday on Health and Wellness. Health is wealth.
You are valuable.
You are valuable.
You are valuable.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.